Okay. Let's see if this holds up. Okay, well, I don't really know how to start this video, so I'll just start it by just kind of speaking my mind, giving some theses on the way home. I just got done with wrestling practice, and beforehand I was thinking, winning comes very easily to a lot of people, and I'm a person that has not won a lot of stuff. So right now, I'm still kind of getting used to winning, per se, because there is a skill to winning. There is a way to win, and obviously there's you have to be skilled, you have to be good at this thing. And the thing is, I don't suck. Not by the least. I don't suck at really anything I do. But I do suck when it comes to performing it. I'm not very good at matches for some reason. Because in practice, I'll do these crafty tricks that you see a lot of high level guys doing. I'll do them poorly, yeah, because I haven't been wrestling for very long. I'm kind of green. I've been doing it for 2 years now. This is my third, but I like it, and I want to pursue it. But where my struggle lies is winning. So I'm still trying to wrap my head around the whole winning part. I'm trying to learn to win. There was this thesis I heard with this guy named Ramsey Dewey. You can go look for him on YouTube. He's got a very good channel. Gives a lot of good advice. Lifelong martial artist. Very good, very good. And he talked about how he learned to win. So that's what I'm still kind of trying to implement in my daily life, learning how to win. I haven't won at much. I started doing jiu-jitsu 6 months ago, give or take. Not off and on, because obviously on the off season of wrestling, which is from March to October-ish, I would be doing jiu-jitsu, and I got pretty talented at it. I've been doing it for 6 months, and I won a medal. I won a 3rd place medal at a local tournament, and there were a lot of good guys over there. Obviously, I'm a white belt. I'm a 1-stripe white belt. Not very experienced, but I like it a lot. Just like a lot of the things I do. I like doing these things. I like the way that it makes me feel, because it makes me feel. I can't describe the feeling. For people that know what I'm talking about, they know what that feeling is. The feeling of triumph. And it's only a feeling that lasts for 5 seconds. But that 5 seconds, it's like a drug. It's like dopamine, dude. It feels great. So I've been doing that for I've been grappling for 3 years to 6 months. But before that, I was lifting weights pretty much. I was not really an aggressive person. I was actually kind of a loser, even though I was lifting weights. And I don't know. It made me more confident and comfortable getting into certain situations. I'm not as self-conscious, nor am I as brash of a person as I used to be. I used to be like, I'll fuck you up, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll screw you, I'll mess you up. Nowadays, I try not to do that, mostly because my parents wouldn't like me doing it. And I would not be able to go to school because I'd probably get suspended. And I wouldn't be able to go to college because of the A+ program. I wouldn't be able to do that if I got into a fight. But knowing that if I do get into a fight, I can intelligently defend myself, it makes me feel secure. Anytime I go into the gym, I think it was Nick Diaz who best said this. Going to the gym and learning to fight, this is not verbatim, but it lifted, what is it? It ensured his security. That's not verbatim, that's not word for word, but it's the gist of it. It made me feel more secure. Like how you would have like you were falling and you had a parachute. It's kind of like that. And I don't really know. I'm not very good at like this YouTube stuff. I have like friends who started doing YouTube, and they started editing. They started making these high-paced videos like Michael Reeves and Dream and stuff like that. I don't know. I never really, how do I say this? I never really enjoyed it. I mean, I liked it because it was my friends and I wanted to support them, and their videos were really cool. But I never really, if I were to make YouTube videos like I am right now, it never would have interested me to make those high-paced, like dopamine hit videos. What I imagined myself doing would be like more long-form content. I didn't even imagine like doing content. Maybe just like a couple videos here and there, just kind of speaking my mind or giving some ideas, like a thesis. So, yeah. And I never really thought about doing that. I thought about more doing like to cater to more like martial artists or gym goers. It would be more like a Ramsey Dewey kind of video or a Sam Sulek. Just very laid back in a car or in an empty studio. Very minimal equipment and not really much editing. I'm not a big fan of editing. I can edit, but I was never much of a tech freak. Like I never really liked editing. I never really liked the way that a lot of videos were made because it just seemed superficial. It just seemed everything on like YouTube just seems kind of superficial because, like, for example, Logan Paul, to give a modern example, he will not say, I mean, he'll say what's on his mind, but a lot of the stuff that's on his mind is absolute bullshit. Like his stuff on Impulsive, I used to like his stuff because it was like 5-minute quick form, like David Dobrik kind of stuff, when David Dobrik was at his peak. And it was like, it was funny. Like, it was quirky, it was funny, it was interesting. Because I was like 15 at the time. And I couldn't listen to like long form content very much. I did, but I couldn't do it very much. I didn't have the attention span. As I got older, I realized the guy's kind of like a scumbag. And a lot of the stuff he's been doing right now, as of late, like with all the Prime scandals, CryptoZoo, and his wife. I don't know. That guy just seems stupid. Just kind of, he doesn't seem very smart. And also, he's not, like, there's no hold. Like, he doesn't have a religious hold on anything. Because He's corrupted by Hollywood. So yeah, I don't. I'm trying to form my thoughts here. I don't like him. I don't like Jake Paul either, but I do think Jake Paul is a better person than him. And he's more committed to stuff. Logan Paul is just kind of everywhere. And he's done everything, and he's just kind of fucking it up now. But with Jake, he has like a purpose, which is becoming light heavyweight world champion, which doesn't make sense because he fights at cruiserweight. He's a cruiserweight, so I would imagine he would be a cruiserweight champion, which would make more sense in terms of weight because then you wouldn't have to cut as much. But to each their own. I would imagine him doing that, and I don't like Jake Paul, but I don't dislike him, if you know what I mean. I think he's smart, and I think he does it right. Like his current fight right now, what he's doing is he's taking the boxer route. Originally, he was fighting these big names like Nate Diaz, Tyron Woodley, Anderson Silva, some retired basketball player and football player. I have no idea who they were. He fought Ben Askren for some reason, which everyone knew Ben Askren had no hands. He did not have like any hands. He didn't have like this amazing ability to throw punches. He was a very good wrestler, like a phenomenal high-level wrestler. Competed in Athens, I think. It was either Beijing or Athens. I think it was Athens. So he competed in 2004. Got like top 16. And then he lost to no. He got top 4. Lost to the Cuban. And then the Cuban lost to Buvaisar Saitiev. That was his last competition. Because at that point he was really, I think it was like 36 or 37 at the time. He was old in wrestling years. He was old. And he's really old right now. Like him and his brother are like, he's got gray hair. But besides the point, Jake Paul used to do that stuff. Like he used to fight big names. Now he's essentially fighting a nobody, and he's doing it in a 10,000 person arena, which is still like 10,000 people. 10,000 people. That's still a lot of people. But it's a lot. It's reminiscent to the boxer round. It's a lot more coherent to the boxer round. So I do like that about it. Logan Paul just fights Logan Paul sucks. He loses. I mean, I lose. I know that. I lose a lot. But I don't brag about... I don't think I've won a lot of my matches. Like, some I've lost decision. A lot of them I lost by pin. But that's just the name of the game. Like, that's just what happens. With Logan Paul, he will lose decisions that are, like, basically clear. Like, he lost. But he will go to the ends of the earth arguing that he didn't. The sliding is not doing good for my chin. I don't have a double chin. It makes me look like I have a double chin. Like, I'm like 168. I just worked out. So I'm probably 166 now. For, like, European viewers, I'm like, 74 kilos? If anyone from Europe is going to watch this, I'm like 74 or 75 kilos. Which I do like using kilos. I've been getting into weightlifting, like Olympic weightlifting. I've been watching that a lot, and I've been wanting to do it. And it's really cool. Like, I don't know, a lot of people shit on it, saying like, oh, it's a boring sport. all you do is just lift a weight. And then I look at it as it's more than just a clean and jerk or a snatch. A lot of people have a different way of clean and jerking. Like, there's a squat jerk, there's a power jerk, there's a split jerk, and there used to be a split snatch. Now everyone does a squat snatch, which is like you throw it over and then you get into a squat position and then you squat up. That's what we normally do. But back in like the 1920s and back in like 1920 to I think it was 1970, they changed the rules. I think in like the 1980s. That's when they pushed out the clean and press and the split snatch, and they did just a regular split jerk. Split jerk and the squat snatch. I think that's when they did it. But from like 1920 to 1970, they did something called the split snatch. It's where it's, what do you think? You would separate your legs and you go into a snatch, and then you would get up. That looks cool. It looks cool, but I will say it's a useless movement. There's not much like benefit to doing a split snatch besides winning at the split snatch. There's benefit. Well, I shouldn't say there's none, because obviously it works your explosiveness, but it's not as useful as like a squat snatch or a split jerk. Those are more useful moves. But anyway, I digress. It's a cool sport, and I feel like people should do it. Like, football players should learn how to snatch and clean and jerk. Wrestlers should learn how to snatch and clean and jerk, because it works explosiveness, and you do it right, you don't hurt yourself. Well, I guess you would if you go heavy enough, but you don't hurt yourself if you do it right, and it just looks cool. Like, being able to clean the jerk 200 kg, which is like 418, I think. No, 418 is 190. It's like 440, somewhere around that. It's like 440 pounds. That's awesome. That is really cool, and I commend people who can do that. And I would really like to do that at some point. Well, not clean jerk 440, because I'm not very big. Like, at most I would be placed in like 73 kilogram. But I would like my numbers to go to like 150 for snatch, and 185 or 190. If they can go up more, then great. Naturally, of course, because I don't really plan on doing steroids. I might do TRT when I'm older, but I don't think I would ever do like anabolic steroids, like SARMs or DECA. I don't think I would ever do DECA or Turinabol or Tren. I don't think I would ever do that. I had speaking of drugs, I had an entrepreneurship teacher, and he was also like a bodybuilder, and he was pretty jacked, and he was a very disciplined person. I asked him like his diet, like it was pretty standard. Like, it was when he was competing, low calories, and obviously like hypertrophy, like high reps, low weight to build hypertrophy, obviously, to failure. And then I asked him if he would ever do like drugs, as a joke in the beginning, but I did ask him seriously what he would do for like what he would do if he would take drugs. And he just said like TRT, because he's in his 40s, and I think like TRT would be the best thing for him, since your testosterone does tend to go down after 30. But anyway, yeah, that's right. Learning how to win. Still learning, obviously. I'm 18. I'm not very old. I guess I'm pretty old in terms of, I guess, high school years, because I'm a senior in high school. And generally, those people are like 17, not really 18. But anyway, still learning how to do that. I'm also still learning how to, like, I know how to talk to girls, but I'm still learning how to, like, confidently talk to them. Because I'm kind of like, I stick to myself most of the time. I don't really like talking to people. I don't talk to most of my friends since I've known since freshman year, and even further back, I was known since grade school. Nowadays, I'm not really talking to them. One of the reasons is because I don't have any classes with them, but also, I don't know. I just feel like I don't have that much time left to do what I want. And if I were to screw around going to parties like they do, like they go to parties, they have fun, they do drugs, like they just do, like it's obvious, it's clear. I shouldn't probably say that. I'll probably cut that out. But they have fun. Let's say that they have fun. I'll believe that out. They have fun. They go on a party and they do all sorts of shit. And I don't know. I've told them don't, because it's not, and they all most of them go to the gym. Most of my friends are going to the gym. They're in shape. Like, they look good. They just don't, like, obviously they're not very athletic, but they look good. And I tell them not to do this stuff, but they still do it. But I guess that's because we're kids. We're still in high school, and they believe, like, these are the only years you're gonna have to do this stuff. And then you really think about it. There's not really an appropriate time to do this stuff. Not when you're in your 20s, not in your 30s, definitely not in your 40s, 50s, or 60s. Unless it's like a wedding or a birthday party, then I would say it's okay to, party, because you're celebrating something. You're celebrating two people dedicating their lives for each other, or you're celebrating someone's birthday, you're celebrating the day they were born, and you're celebrating the day they get older. They officially get older. But I never catered to me. Like, I know a lot of kids who go and party, or who like to party, and I've just heard, like, murmurs here and there. But I never really liked it. It never really interested me, because it just seemed immature. It just seemed like you will lose the will to win. That, to bring it back to my, like, original statement, I feel like you will lose the will to win, you will lose the will to compete, and you will lose the will to just do anything, because you get complacent. You're having fun, you're drinking, you're eating, but you're not getting out and getting it done. You're not going to the gym. You're not doing your homework. You're not, like, making some sort of money. Which, I'm not saying I am making money right now. I don't have a job. But what I am doing is what I can. I am going to the gym. And I am trying to get homework done. and stuff like that. So, or to the best of my ability, because I'm not a great student, but I'm not a bad student either. Like I try and get my homework done, and some of it gets done late, but I was never like smart ass. I was never like disrespectful to my teachers. So I guess I got that going for me for like college and stuff like that. But anyway, back to like learn. I feel like all this stuff would make you lose the will to win, and I feel like that's an important aspect in life, to get things done. Because if you want to win, you have to get things done, and you got to get them not done quick, but done right. Because that's what my dad would always say. Get it done right the first time. He always said that. Get it done right the first time, so you can be done with it, so you can move on to the next thing. It's a very American thing. You get it done right first, and then you move on to the next thing, and then you get that done right first. There's a truck behind me. You get that done first. You get that done right the first time, and then you move on to the next thing, and so on and so on. And that's what my dad always preached, and I do believe that. That's a valuable piece of information to have. Because if you don't do it right the first time, it just becomes out lazy and shitty. And I end up making the mistake of doing that. You know, going and should I get a protein bar? I'm gonna go get a protein bar. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I'm gonna go get a protein bar. But anyway, I feel like that's a valuable information to have in your like pocket of quotes, if you want. Like Bruce Lee's be water. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water. That and Mr. Rogers, like, look to the helpers, because if you look at them, you always see there's always someone that they're helping. You always see that they're always helping somebody. That's not verbatim, but it's like it's something in your pocket to go back on. And I feel like that is also part of winning. Knowing what winning is, and knowing how to win, and knowing what to do when you win, and knowing what to do after. Because if you just go and win, and you don't train for the next week, your cardio ends up being bad, and you end up like digressing. You end up resetting or regressing. That's the word, regressing. So you end up doing that, and I don't want to do that. I've seen my friends do it, and I don't want to go up in that kind of fire. I want to come out of that furnace a sharp blade, not a dull piece of metal. So that's my thesis. So if anyone's gonna watch this, thank you. And I don't know if I'll continue making videos. Maybe I'll just keep this in my like photos. But I'll probably post this. I'm gonna post this. So if you want to subscribe, you can. If you want to comment, you can. If you want to leave a like, you can. I'm not asking you to, because a lot of people do that already. But if you want to, you want to. And for anyone who sees this, keep grinding. Keep going at it. All right? God bless.